Okay, so here's the fleets that I'll be fighting. A couple of remnant fleets. Here's my fleet. These are the skills that I have. I'm using the Starlight Aurora from Underworld mod with 4 Sekas from Knights Templar mod and 3 Longinus, also from the Templar mod. Basically max DPS. The Sekas is nice because of that scripted raise target flux by 250 on shield hit, so that these 4 of them means that I have a guaranteed, scripted effect of 1000 hard flux, which is really nice against high-tech fleets like the Remnants. Notice that I'm basically maximizing my flux, and I'm putting a lot of the rest into capacitors, so I'm not bothering with things like hardened shields or stabilized shields. These are just the stuff that I absolutely need to have: ITU, front shields, and the flux distributor. This doesn't do anything. This is just if I happen to have it automated or something. My tank, these are his skills. He's using 4 railguns. Yeah, one nice thing about the Starlight Aurora is that the small synergies are small universals instead, so you can use ballistics on them. 3 heavy blasters, and I got 3 mini blasters just for fun. These are only 1 OP, but they do 60 DPS, and so they do have a lot of damage for their, for the ordnance points, because the ordnance points is almost nothing. But I don't know if they really does much in battle, but just minor PD and stuff, and a small amount of extra damage. So he does have the full set of hardened shields, stabilized shields. Notice he's steady personality here. And yeah, max vents, and then all the rest into capacitors. So here's a Black Talon, even though I ended up not using it as my tank, but this is what I was experimenting with. Alright, the drovers, the first 6 are the same, and then the last 3 are the same. First 6 is a 1 spark and a Teuton annular from the Templar mod. Notice that they fire Secasis, which again has a scripted effect to increase a target's hard flux on a shield hit, in addition to, of course, its own damage. So that's nice for just causing overloads on the AI. Beyond that, it's kind of the standard stuff. So these are all the same. This one is the same officer, but it's going to be dual Cobras for 7, 8, and 9 with 2 Salamanders and light machine gun, and ECM just because I had some extra OP. Salamanders is just a minor distraction. The ECM is to kind of even up on the weapon range a little bit. Now these I custom replaced the officer portraits with numbers, so that in combat I know whether or not I'm looking at a drover 1 through 6, or which is 1 type, and a drover 7, 8, 8, 9, which are my bombers. One thing that I will note is that a drawback of the annular is that the maximum engagement range is only 2,000 units, so they do have to go fight a little bit closer, and so that's a little bit more risky. That they're basically up in the enemy fleet's face. So drovers are kind of glass cannons, so this is a bit risky. So I really have to make sure that me and my tank stay in front at all times. All right, so here's the fight. Okay, so drovers, I have them start here. The tank, I have them start in front. I'm going to set this rally point or waypoint to defend, which is nice because what will happen is after I assign them to kill something, if I assign them to kill a capital ship, the defend will automatically pull them back. They'll automatically return to engaging on this defend point. The typical waypoint here does not do that. Initially, I set this person, my tank, to be in front just so that they start off in front. But yes, after I do the first capital ship kill, everybody's going to be assigned to this same point. So I start off, I'm in the middle. Now, the left side has Fulgence, the right side has a Brilliant. That one's a bit hard to kill solo. It's not that I can't, it's that it takes too long. So I want to go for these quick kills to isolate the capital ship. Right, so I want to try to kill these things as quickly as possible, so I'm going to attack the left flank first. So I'm going to have a couple of playing modes, basically. Right now, my mode is I'm using Sikas, and I'm triggering the Longinus, or toggling the Longinus based on whether or not the holding fire is on. Alright, gonna vent. Notice my shields are off because I don't really need them right now. Oh, I need them. Okay. So the sparks are nice as PD. Take care of missiles and stuff. And annulars work to fire the Sarkasses to increase the flux. So around this point, yeah, it's enough isolated that I'm just going to have them kill the Radiant. So the goal is to take care of this initial clump before all that reinforcements arrive. I'm going to start moving to take care of trash a bit because I'm not going to get the Radiant in time. I should be venting. I'm waiting for that Cobra Strike to come. Incoming Cobra Strike. Goal is to keep his flux high. There. Get him overloaded. Now, once he's overloaded, the fighters will take care of him, so I don't need to worry about that much. So I'm just going to vent and start moving on to the next target, who will be this guy. Again, that's me causing an overload right before the Cobra's hit, and that's because they'll almost certainly have their shields raised because of the Reapers. So I try to do an overload just before that happens. Oh well, I don't always get it, but I try to. Whoops, now this one's not going to be fun. Okay, there, good. Whew. I'll kill this guy first. Let's see where the battle's at. Okay, so that's the next capital ship right there. Gonna try to kill off that. Yep, my computer sucks. I got it in 2010. It's running Windows 7. So and I already have most of the graphics settings all set down to the minimum. But on the other hand, this does slow it down a little bit, so it's a bit easier to play. That big giant purple thing, those are sabots. I set it down to a nice big purple thing so I can actually see sabots. So you can modify the sabot file to do that, just because they were too hard to see. I do have the ship direction marker mod enabled so you can see what direction my flagship is trying to go. Right now I'm trying to back away. Turned off my shields because I don't really need it right now. Save some flux so I can make sure I kill this guy. Oh, there's the solar. Oh no. Ouch. Well, good thing he wasn't focusing that on me, but attacking on me. So I'm gonna keep that Hulk in between me and him. There's that, burnt Hulk. This guy right here. I'm gonna keep that between me and him so that he doesn't kill me. Uh-oh. I don't know what that drover's doing up there. That's one of the bomber drovers, so there's no reason for a bomber drover to be in front. But I'll go ahead and have them attack him. Just to help cover for my bomber drover there. So I'm trying to run in and tank. Let's see who's... Oh, he's almost full. All right. Trying to hit at that shield. That was actually done by the Cobra. Oh well. The goal is to try to overload them right before the Cobra hits because they do turn on the shields for the sake of the Cobra. So I maximize my DPS on them at that at where that shield is. Now I didn't succeed there, but at least it was still high enough that the Cobra did manage to overload them. Can see my tank running in. That's actually a stupid AI quirk. It should not happen, but supposedly that was fixed in the newest version, so I hope it was. Alright, yep, so this is almost dead. Gonna help kill it off. But you can also see that my tank is now retreating, which it should be. Oh well, I'll kill this guy instead then. Trying to bridge between myself, between this Fulgent here and the Brilliant on the left, so that as soon as this guy dies, I can hit Jets and switch over my targeting. And have my lasers on him, because he's overloaded. See where we're at. So everything's going about where it should be. I got this guy here, but I think at this point I have them sufficiently contained that I'm just going to get rid of the waypoint. So they'll naturally float, and because the drovers aren't aggressive, they'll naturally float toward the spawn point. They're no longer tethered to that defend point. Oh, I'm going to miss this one. Oh well. So now my playstyle reversed. I'm actually using my Longinus as the primary, and then was using my Sikas just to trigger if they put up shields, and I use Sikas. So I'm going to duck behind this so I can vent. Because he does have the tachyon. Let's see, should I go for this guy? Should I go for that guy? I'll go for that guy. At this point, it's worth just having everybody go for him. Yep, I'm crossing in front of my tank. Sorry, tank. Again, clicking on only fighters is supposed to be fixed in 9.5. There. I was trying to make him overloaded, and I did do that, so he's overloaded. I'm going to duck behind this Hulk so I can vent and not get hit by him. But that capital ship should be taken care of. I'll help pull him out of his misery. No, I won't. My tank is running in front of me. Alright. But he'll die, so I should kill this guy, but this guy's, the left guy's kind of flanking me, so I'll go and kill him instead, even though this guy's a bit vulnerable. Actually, never mind. Make sure that the Radiant dies. There. So time to see what's going on with him. Yeah, he's kind of flanking me and driving that guy back, so... Well, but my goal is to get done with this, right? So my goal is really just to maximize the number of kills per minute that I'm making, or that the fleet is making. So I got those Cobras coming in. Oh well. So I'm going to focus on the main fleet and hope that that drover will be able to take care of the flanking brilliant. See who's this guy's the vulnerable one. So I'm having Longinus as primary, and I use Sakas to prevent him from raising his shields. Eek. Got saved by the Hawks. Oh well. Trying to go over to the left. There. So that flanking brilliant the situation did resolve itself. A couple of ships automatically went over. So that I didn't have to go over there. Notice my shields are still down. He hasn't really fired anything, so I'm not worried. I have the Cobra incoming, so I'm going to try to hit the shields. If I can. Oh well. Didn't quite get there, but oh well. Yeah, he's dead. Time to vent. I'm trying to maximize my DPS because I see that those cobras coming in. But will I make it? Yes, I will. This guy will be the next target. Heading toward this guy. Oh, you got a radiant already. Alright. That means we're at the end. There. You can see how that Sikas, those Sikases hit right before that Cobra or that Reaper hit. So kind of knocked them out. Now we're on to here. It's time to tell them to target that Radiant. Oops. One nice thing about the Longinus is that it works very well as a fighter killing thing, so I'm having to kill fighters right now. Since I had a fighter targeted initially, it seems like the auto fire will prioritize fighters as opposed to Radiant. Now that the fighters are gone. Whoops. Didn't see those hulks there. I'll do my best, but I highly doubt I'll get them maxed out in time. But we'll see how much I can max them out. Well, at least a couple of them came in. So, realistically, time to tell them to start focusing on the next one. The reason I do that is that the Templars are, of course, increasing their shield, or it increases their flux, right? Does a lot of mostly shield damage. So, and the Cobras take a while, and so I'm gonna have them go after the Solar while I finish up on this guy, because I can do pretty well on Longinus, but my Sikas isn't actually that great of DPS. It's more of like targeted DPS when I really need a bit of shield, damage. Oh well, whoops. I guess I did have him go after the Solar a little bit too early. Darn. So I guess I did have him go after it a bit early. Oh well. Oh, whoops, I outflux. But before the game ends, let's look at the Drovers. They're all pretty much at pretty close to full fighters. I forgot to take off my shields, but that's okay. I mean, he's gonna die real soon. So it should have ended about now, but I'm gonna take some damage. I screwed up there at the very end. oops. I mean, it's pretty much done, so. So yeah, lost 30 crew, probably mostly at the end. You can see that of my ship, I had one take a little bit of damage, but otherwise not much, so yeah, I just screwed up at the very end. So yeah.